This is the legend of the late Ramon Dekkers, aka the Diamond, aka the Turbine from Hell. He was the first foreign fighter to become beloved by the Thai crowd for his ferocious style and his willingness to fight anybody, anywhere, anytime like a true fighter. And he's forever remembered for fighting the golden era greats at their art and on their turf, earning himself respect from the Thai fans, Thai fighters, and even Thai royalty. Let's begin the story. Ramon Dekkers brought an overwhelming volume-based style to Muay Thai, which was not known to be volume-heavy at the time. Muay Thai was truly an art in the old days, where technique and difficulty of technique were judged heavily, and also the betting system in the stadiums made the fighters start a little slower so the bets could take place, and then they would pick up the pace in rounds 3 and 4. So it was not all about landing shots, it was about the technique behind the shots, and the defense displayed, which I really respect because that's how you emphasize the art part of martial arts. But Dekkers was not playing the feel-out game. There were no feel-out shots or feel-out rounds for Dekkers. His pressure was unrelenting. Feeling him on offense was akin to a high-pressure fire hose just being pointed at you. The pressure just did not stop. His plan was to get you in range and unleash a 4-punch combination, blowing up your liver, hitting you in the head, and then trying to head kick you while you were falling to the ground. Unrelenting violence was synonymous with Ramon Dekkers. Just take a look at how Ramon Dekkers trains. He throws insane volume along with power. This man's anaerobic cardio is on another planet. Have you ever tried to train like this? I'm telling you, that's vomit-inducing pace. And that's just his regular training. He brought that pace to the ring with him and melted his opponents. But to me, the most impressive thing about Ramon Dekkers' technique was his footwork and how fluid it was. He kept the stance narrow to block the leg kicks and try to get you in range standing tall. But he would then immediately go into wide stance the moment he could unleash a devastating combination on your head, body, and legs. You see, it's very hard to throw powerful combinations with a narrow stance, and Dekkers was able to utilize both stances. Narrow stance to get you in range, and wide stance to absolutely melt you. His high guard was impregnable. He was able to return fire immediately, so you were just always in danger fighting this man. Your mind is just overloaded because unlike most fighters at the time, Ramon Dekkers' punches and bunches changed levels. So you have your guard up, and before you realize it, a hook gets planted on your liver and a cross right down the middle as you lower your guard, and then a leg kick for good measure. All in a span of like 2.5 seconds. In summary, the Turbine from Hell was an appropriate nickname. Dekkers was a menace from the start, training under Cor Hemmers, who eventually became his stepfather, but that's a whole different story. Dekkers knocked out a grown man at just 16 years old. I was having trouble sparring people my own age who were taller than me at the time, let alone knocking out men. Jesus. He was just devastating people for the rest of his teenage career, racking up a couple of European titles. But he would be launched into stardom when he defeated Namphon, the reigning Lumpini world champion at the time. For those of you that don't know, that was unheard of because Lumpini champions were thought to be cream of the crop. And Dekkers won a hard-fought decision, putting an instant target on his back. The Thais are now asking questions. Who is this white dude from the Netherlands that just lit up our Lumpini champion? So they sent over Cherry, the #1 ranked Lumpini fighter at that weight, and he gets starched by Dekkers. Against the ropes, left hook, bang! It's over. Mouthpiece goes flying, the crowd is roaring, and the Thais have officially taken notice. Namphon was set to have a rematch with Dekkers, but this time on Thai soil. And Ramon lost a razor-close decision, which I'm still not too sure about. You watched the fight. I think a hometown decision was given in that fight. And it happened a couple of more times. Dekkers lost on points in Thailand. And to me, many of those losses were highly debatable, but we're not going to go there. We're going to keep this video nice and positive. Throughout his losses, Dekkers was still becoming a crowd favorite for his ferocious style and the fact that a foreigner was competing head-to-head with their Lumpini greats, and at the time, that was simply unheard of. Dekkers' stardom and popularity would be launched into the stratosphere during his rivalry with Koban, who was a multiple-time Lumpini world champion with an insane record of 250 wins to just 20 losses. He was a devastating puncher. Koban would just blow people up from the southpaw stance. And in their first meeting, Koban knocked out Dekkers with a devastating blow. I would not survive that shot. 90% of the human population does not survive that shot. But Dekkers would not stay down for long, and he would come back like a man possessed in their rematch. In his patented style, he would catch Coban with a left hook and then overwhelm him with a hurricane of violence. One stumble is all it took for Dekkers, and he knocked out Coban in spectacular fashion, evening them up at 1-1. So you know the rubber match just needs to happen. And in the third fight, Coban wins a razor-close decision against Dekkers, only to have Dekkers come back and win the fourth fight in a close decision, evening their score at 2-2. These men fought each other so much, I'm pretty sure they were just happy leaving it at a tie. I imagine they told their agents, give me anybody but this guy, I'm tired of fighting him. But this rivalry with Coban took over Thailand. These fights were getting Super Bowl ratings over there. Cabs stopped in the middle of the street, crowds would gather, everything would come to a halt when these two men would walk into the ring, launching them both into stardom and cementing Ramon Dekkers as the most beloved non-Thai fighter to ever lace up the gloves. Dekkers' career would be long and prosperous. He never deviated from his style and continued to melt people despite numerous injuries, one of which rendered his ankle literally unbendable. And Dekkers just said, let's rub some dirt on it, move on. We're gonna fight again, like a savage. The people closest to Dekkers always wanted it to be known that he was a very kind and humble human being outside of the ring, to the point where if you met him and talked to him, you wouldn't even know that he was a legendary fighter. He was just a solid human being, who again competed against the greats during the golden era of Muay Thai at their art and on their turf, carving a path for himself and foreign fighters forever. In 1992, he was voted as the Thailand Fighter of the Year, which was simply a monumental and unheard of accomplishment. It solidified that the Thai people loved Ramon Dekkers and his ferocious style. And his most impressive accolade, in my opinion, was receiving a royal award from the Princess of Thailand for his services in the sport of Muay Thai. He was then appointed as an ambassador for all foreign fighters in Thailand, which is yet another monumental accomplishment. Ramon Dekkers was truly a trailblazer. He is a legend for all martial artists, Muay Thai fighters, kickboxers alike. He is our legend. And it was incredibly sad to see him pass away at such a young age. So to finish it off, here's a clip of the ceremony. I'll get out of the way. RIP to the GOAT, Ramon Dekkers.
Very special also, man.
Is it a special moment you can describe it?
No, I cannot describe it, but it's very special. Believe me. I don't know what to say exactly, you know. But this moment, this day, was worth 25 years of fighting. This is a special, very special thing for me. I won't regret all those injuries I had and everything, so this makes it better.
เล่นล่าอย่างเดียวให้ฐานพับก่อนเด็กเกอร์ยังสูงประมาณจ่อล่างอีกทางขวาทำท่าจะเดี่ยงเลยครับผู้ตัดสินขาวครับโดนเข้าไป2-3ทีปานติดมิดปานหันมาคนนี้โดน1-2มาเตะซ้ายลำตัวเด็กเกอร์ยับซ้ายมาทีนึงประมาณจ่อล่างอีก